Jesus.
Oh, come on, you big baby. It wasn't that loud.
You can't spook me like, hey, I remember them for the least favorite Crash game.
Or at the very least one of them.
I remember them for all the Lego games. Are they still doing those?
Yes, they are. For better or worse.
They've been working on that new Skywalker one, which actually looks to be pretty interesting. But enough about that. What did they start with?
Well, they didn't so much start with this, but once upon a time, Sega allowed them to make a Sonic game. But not just any Sonic game, a 3D Sonic game, starring Sonic the Hedgehog as he runs around in 3D, and, the subtitle down there it's not there to fool you. It's pretty much what it is. John Burton of, Traveler's Tale fame actually up and made his own official quote-unquote ROM hack of Sonic 3D Blast that more or less fixes a good handful of the issues that the original Sonic 3D Blast had, like having the proper password system, or sort of, making the controls a little more seamless. It even comes with a level editor, and if you want to feel, nostalgic in all the worst ways, you can just play the game as it was originally intended.
When you told me about this being a director's cut, I thought it was just going to be like a fan project, not like a dude who had his hands on the original work.
Well, I'd say it's still a fan project in a sense of this isn't really officially endorsed by Sega. It's just made by someone that used to work with Sega.
Okay.
More so Traveler's Tale, because once upon a time, John Burton used to be very active with a YouTube account he made called GameHut, which pretty much showed all the nitty-gritty in terms of his overall development with Traveler's Tale, and during his time of doing that, he up and decided, you know what? I'm gonna go back and fix this here's game I made for Sonic. Because technically, ROM hacking is very popular within the community, and, well, if I have the tools to do it, sure as hell we'll do it, and so here we are.
Yeah, and I'd say he definitely was probably one of the people on this earth that were the most not qualified, but definitely had the most on the field knowledge of what he was working with. So awesome. Okay. So Director's Cut, this is based on the Saturn or Genesis version?
Genesis.
Okay.
We are playing the Sega Genesis version, and for those that need the quick, who haven't been reading all the text up until now, Sonic is visiting his friends down in Flicky Island, but who'd have known it, the Flickies have been enslaved by Dr. Eggman and put inside all of his usual grunts of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, go for it. Go for it, Hype.
I was just gonna say, the big reason that Eggman's doing this is that, apparently Flickies have this innate ability, or these particular Flickies have this ability to pretty much transport from place to place through the power of rings, and Eggman wants to harness that power to try and find the Chaos Emeralds.
So you're telling me that this is the prequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie?
What?
Birds that have the ability to travel through rings.
Oh,
and
Longclaw.
The entire
okay.
thing with Longclaw. Oh my goodness gracious! Don't make me look.
Man, Longclaw is a giant. If that's the case, I didn't know Flickies could grow up to be that big.
Dude, it's Sonic.
For all we know, maybe she's the real Flicky Mama.
We'll learn one day. But yeah, so 3D, quote unquote. It's isometric, but I mean, this actually runs. This is running pretty well to me.
And now.
It gets the job done, though. I mean, that being said, again, we're running with a director's cut that want to try to fix all of its snafus, the least of which trying to get the Chaos Emeralds as quickly and efficiently as possible.
So here's how this works. We gotta give some rings to Nux.
Or Tails if you can find him.
And ta-da! If you do that, they'll warp you to a special zone, which allows you to then do the usual, your usual stick. Except these ones definitely seem to be more based upon the zones from Sonic 2, the half-pipe thing. Except it's supposed to be a half-pipe, it's a bridge, but you gotta collect enough rings by the checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thankfully, unlike the ones in 2, there are some that get a little bit trickier, but by comparison, these are a lot more forgiving than the ones in Sonic 2.
Again, if you're also playing the original version of Sonic 3D Blast, because you could easily get all the Chaos Emeralds as early as before you finish up Zone 2.
Just real quick, because I was going to ask you about that. Can you concentrate on that and do this at the same time? Because I don't want to mess you up.
He seems to be doing a good job of it.
Okay, no, we got it. Okay, so yes, James, explain to them the difference between, your standard Genesis and what the director's cut ended up doing.
Basically, see this Chaos Emerald I got?
There are many like it, but this one is ours.
Not only is it ours, it's the only one we can get in this zone.
Oh.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so in the original, every act was considered separate from each other. But for the director's cut, he did, I guess, rebalance the game. So now the acts are not what matters. It's every world has its own Chaos Emerald that must be obtained.
Right, and on top of that, it's like in the original version, Genesis version. I'm gonna get tongue-tied throughout this whole thing.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
It's fine. But what was I gonna say?
In that original version,
Both Knuckles and Tails could technically get you a Chaos Emerald in the Genesis version. So, like that again, that's pretty much what leads into the whole getting the Emerald as early as Zone 1.
right?
Oh,
you
boy.
can get 2.
But now you can only get 1 per world, and I mean, in some ways it kind of bums me out, considering I kind of prefer getting all this shit done as soon as possible, so I can just worry about the flicky hunting. But otherwise, it does mean I'm going to have to actually start paying attention to my surroundings throughout the board, whether it be here in Green Grove or by the very end of Panic Puppet.
You know what?
Which same as our normal Sonic outings, I do have maps on hand for helping to get through those as fast as possible. However, these maps do not tell me where Knuckles and Tails are on them, but it does give me a full overhead view.
Oh boy. Honestly.
Oh yeah, by the way, notice this weird little springy-looking guy. He's just standing around, just waiting to get himself thwacked.
Oh, okay.
In the original games, he would actually have a spike ball literally orbiting around him.
Right.
And I remember that being very annoying to get around, especially in the isometric view.
And mind you, later stages will actually bring back those punks with the spinning balls, but here they decided to let you off easy and just get some free kills.
Yay, rebalancing. But yeah, otherwise, as you're seeing here, this is the main gimmick of the game. It's less platformy race to the finish and more so
A collect.
kind of like those old maze Super Nintendo games where the main thing that James is after here is I don't believe you want to go down there because I'll take you back to this. Oh no, there's Tails actually.
You can barely see him, but yeah, Tails is down. Jeez, he's been Mike Wazowski'd.
He got put in the game.
Well, real quick, like, they made it so that you can only get, like, 1 Chaos Emerald per world, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, what happens if you go to Tails with the same amount of rings? Does he just not take you there and just steal your rings?
You know what? Let me demonstrate.
Here you go, buddy.
Here's some free money for the cab. What cab? So now we're in Tails' special stage. I mean, again, same principle as usual. Just collect all the rings by the end, but again, you can't get a Chaos Emerald here. Instead, you just get an extra life.
Well, it's not the worst thing we could do, especially since we'll be losing these rings anyway. But I guess if we end up doing this to try and farm some lives in between, we may A, cut them out if we don't have anything interesting to talk about, or B, well, we'll talk about the interesting thing. I am already now learning that some of these special stages are not going to be nice, easy slopes. I'm realizing now that you will actually have to time certain jumps to continue forward.
Yep, and that's actually one reason as to why Mr. Burton made it so that you can only get Chaos Emeralds once per world now. The difficulty of these special stages do scale depending on the zone you're at.
Oh, so it would have been possible then to get all of the Chaos Emeralds on the easiest zones.
Right.
Exactly.
Alright.
Look at that! Sonic got an extra life! Huzzah!
I'm on a plane! But yes.
Sorry, I just remembered. That was the joke I was going to make, where they made that fix of, like, you can't get the Chaos Emeralds that easily. I imagine that's Mr. Burns' way of saying, you will appreciate our level design, whether you like it or not. We put a lot of work into these.
However, we did end up getting... according to this map, we did end up running all the way back to the beginning, so we gotta hurry on back that way. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's a 3D map, it's a 3D maze collectathon where you just need to find all the enemies in the area, beat them, and get out of there.
Yep, take them to every section's big ring, and it'll pretty much open the way to the next section, or just beat the level outright.
So, again, because it has been a while since I touched upon it, I think we did a look of this at some point.
We did look at both versions.
Okay, because I was gonna say that, yeah, like, as a quick reminder to people, like, the main version I had grown up playing was the PC version of this.
For me, that was primarily the Genesis version, and then I did end up getting the PC version later on. But otherwise, yeah.
What about you? Did you ever have this one?
I mostly had the Genesis version. I think I tried the PC version at some point. Like, The PC version was kind of strange, if I'm not mistaken. Like if I'm not mistaken, it was mostly based on the Saturn version, but it had like the special stages of the Genesis version.
It's like a weird middle ground of both. Oh yeah, by the way, another big thing regarding the director's cut, an actual hub.
Oh yeah, which allows you to replay certain levels. I wonder what that shadow icon on the bottom means.
Okay, so you may have noticed every once in a while when I jump on a spring, at the very tippy top you'll find a typical Sonic emblem.
Yes.
Select them all, and I mean, good for you. You've heard it'll pretty much like fully show itself up on the hub here, and it's just bragging rights by that point.
Oh, okay. That whole time I thought it was an extra 1-up.
Another thing I want to ask is that there was a clock that was hovering over the act we just completed. What does that symbolize?
It's a time attack.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
much another addition to the director's cut.
Fair enough. And
But yeah, now that we got our Chaos Emerald for the world, I don't even have to worry too much about getting all the rings. I'm just going to worry about smashing all the badniks, get the flickies, and then be on my merry way.
sounds good to me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say completely neglect the rings because those are still your health.
Right, but
course.
but there's less pressure. It's just all about getting these guys. Now, the only other thing I could think of if I were the one designing a director's cut is, because I'm a weenie and I need help sometimes, is I could see it being very useful. Nice. Oh, so the only way you get those is the flickies count as part of your hitbox?
Kinda.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, is I would have added something that would have I would have added like a mechanic that would have given you like a little no.
Oh, he doesn't have enough anyway.
It would have been like a little radar arrow thing that would say, hey, head towards this direction if you want to find the next enemy, because I don't believe there's the map feature.
Nope.
Because dated games. And the camera is unfortunately zoomed a little bit in close, so it kind of gives me the Spyro, Season of Fire Ice thing, where sometimes it's very easy for me to lose track of where I am.
Well, I mean, Oh, sorry.
Should be worth noting though that for the director's cut, he did tweak the camera in such a way where that if you're running in a certain position, it automatically pans straight ahead, so you can actually see where the heck you're going.
Oh.
Especially when you speed up like this.
Oh yeah, because that is also very important to note.
Yeah.
Is you used to run a lot, not super slow, but it was definitely slower. It was more tanky for the exploration. But one of the changes he made he upped Sonic speed, because he's like, it's a Sonic game. It should be fast.
Well, I
actually
don't
have
think
a-
it should be. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I agree with that sentiment. However, I feel like it probably shouldn't be, too fast, because even if you take out Sonic's acceleration out of the equation, the way he turned and whatnot, his traction in 3D Blast was also a bit slippery compared to, the mainstream Sonic games at the time.
Fair. I do actually have a whole list here of all the changes that were made. But,
Go for it.
Okay, let's see. I'll try to pace these out because we got a little ways to go. So the first one was that, yeah, we have that world map. One big thing is that Supersonic was actually added to this build.
Yep.
Ooh.
Get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you can turn into Supersonic, which is not as glamorous as it sounds. It just turns Sonic Gold and Invincible.
Yeah,
Well,
Maybe a
it's
little
the
bit faster, but it's. To be fair, he worked with what he had, so I'll give him the benefit.
Oh,
of the doubt.
it also gives you the homing attack power.
Oh well, that's a. Oh, really?
Yeah, gives you
Well,
the homing
shit.
attack, power sneakers, and invincibility.
Well, that help. Well, you know what? That certainly does help, because in this game actually does bring in the homing attack for the very first time, but you can only use it through these orange shields you find every now and again.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, and then is it the same homing attack as I'm aware of from the Dreamcast era, where you would tap jump and then jump again?
Yep.
Okay.
Press jump twice when near an enemy, and it'll automatically home in on them.
Okay. Well, boss time.
Alright, so, true to form, Eggman has returned, and he's brought in some of his most diabolical traps, like a literal spike ball he just drops every now and again, like a littering bastard.
Dude.
Oh. Okay, well that's not too hard actually. Oh jeez. Oh, he's not even gonna have a chance to use his popcorn.
Nope.
Why'd I say use? Have his popcorn, geez. I'm thinking of the trailer I saw.
Oh, right.
The TV spot with Jim Carrey watching the
Yeah, I
Knuckles
did
and
see
Sonic
that.
fight.
Oh, speaking of Jim Carrey, I'm not sure if you saw Logan, but apparently there was an ad during the Super Bowl where he actually played the cable guy again.
Really?
Yeah, I did see that. I did watch that. The old cable guy having to now learn about the existence of, freaking Google, about Wi-Fi and streaming, but that was really cool. They actually did the makeup on his hair and stuff. Actually, was a little it was kind of not uncanny, but it was definitely interesting
Surreal?
to see. Surreal, yeah, just because it actually didn't look too bad. Anyway, all right, we're ready, James.
All right, next up is Rusty Ruin Zone, and I mean, it's pretty much been said like from time long past. Soundtrack, the Genesis soundtrack is very, very sweet.
Oh yeah.
Much better than the old.
Well, I would. It's really hard for me to say because I grew up with the Genesis soundtrack, and obviously it's a certified banger. There are a handful of tracks from the Saturn version I do appreciate, so it's like I kind of have a hard time, like, saying which one is like definitively better. Like I do lean a little bit closer to the Genesis track, but I don't want to like detract the Saturn soundtrack as well. Like it definitely has some merit itself.
Absolutely.
Careful.
Even if we do live in a point now where we now know the composer of the Saturn version for being somewhat petty.
Okay. Also, good news. We can actually take these rings and immediately go backwards because I saw Tails.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tails is trapped behind these two blockades.
So we need to have a new Sonic form to like, because a regular Spin Dash will take care of them. We have to have a newer Spin Dash.
Rats, not Raz. Raz are fucking rats. All right, fine then. Oh, jeez.
Taking a cue from Mr. Chameleon of the Chaotix crew, Sonic can twirl himself like a ballerina as well, which is actually a lot more destructive than his traditional Spin Dash.
Well, if you say,
no!
oh boy, man.
Of course, it had to be the typical spike ball and chain that would do me in.
Well, we'll find more rings.
That's also like a trade-off, like between the two forms. Like the spin, like the top dash, I guess I'll call it, is a lot more powerful than the spin dash. It's also a lot more sluggish to control.
Is it like ice physics?
Less sluggish and more slippery.
Well, I would say sluggish because like it takes like turning directions takes a lot more time than it would just regularly.
Well, this
Also,
had been the most awkward place to lose my flickies.
Also, I see. So they add there's part of your hitbox, but if they take damage, they go nuts.
Yep, and I guess now would be a pretty good time to talk about flicky differences because the flickies you can find are not just differentiated by their color. It also changes their mannerisms as well. Like the blue flickies are literally the biggest Sonic diehards of all time. They'll follow you without a second thought.
Okay.
Purple flickies are kind of the same, though not quite to the same degree. Red flickies will hop around all over the place, making them a little hard to catch. And then the green flickies are... I don't know what their beef is with Sonic, but they'll just fly away from him whenever they get the chance.
Well, it's because they're I had a joke in mind because of their fatness, but I don't know how I could properly translate it.
They're picky eaters.
Eaters?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like how can I
Whoa.
relate? How can I relate? Also, are those green buttons do anything?
They're just
bumpers.
decor.
Fine. Okay.
Actually, I just realized I'm back in the first section.
Oh
which
yeah,
means
so that means
I could have a second chance at that whole.
just easy does it. Oh.
Eh.
Okay, they're right here. Hug the left wall and be slow. Okay, I see it. Wait for it.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Poor Sonic. He's got this under control. We're good. Tails, stop me!
Sonic, your head's spinning. No shit, Tails.
My everything is spinning!
Stop! That's crazy. What if you were still spinning here?
That would be amazing.
1,000 times worse. All right. A
Man,
little.
actually-
Now the geez, we're a little bit faster. Rings are a little closer to the bombs.
Actually, what's funny, Logan, is like not even just still spinning on the special stages, but you still had like the slight sluggishness in your movement.
Oh no, James would be very cross with that.
Yeah.
Now, if you touch a bomb, is it all rings goodbye or just a portion of them?
Only a portion.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
They're not that devious.
Jeez, that gave me like freaking Sonic Rush vibes.
'Cause-
Jeez, I do not support
Well,
that.
not just that, but I also imagined like it sounds like something that they would have added to the director's cut.
Maybe in a hard mode. As soon as we get past this and get the KS Circle, since that's the most important thing we're after right now, I'll read off another difference that I saw. There we go.
Woo!
Alright, map, goodbye. All done with you. Let's see. So they had the time challenge attack mode. That the only thing that I can find to this is that in time challenge, you actually don't even need to worry about getting flickies. The rings are always unlocked. So it's literally just optimizing how fast you move through the level, which is
That
neat.
being said, though, they do put you under a fairly strict time limit.
Makes sense. Let's see. Then of course there was the level editor that they added. You saw in the main menu.
Which also includes a unused enemy type, the little enemy crab.
Aw, little crab meat's back. But yeah, I'm curious actually, like, how have you like dabbled into that? Like how? Oh, we're back at the start again. Oh, because the whole level reset.
I did it again.
No, but you can go back the way you came. I mean, like, actually, could you not just jump back up and go that way again?
I don't think I think actually it does. Will it let me do
It
that?
was a very short platform, so I think you just, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Bam, back in the second.
you know, I was concerned for nothing.
We're good. We just gotta break those ones. But yeah, I was curious, like, how robust that level editor is. Like, is it like you could? Is it like easy to use? Is it a little like tech heavy?
It's from what I did see of it from Mr. Burton's videos. It did look a little on the techy side.
Okay.
Oh, there. Oh, you know what? My mistake. The enemy crab and boss is right here.
Oh, he
Oh.
was brought back into this version. Yay.
Giant crab.
Only a slight step above the usual crab meats, but go down just as easily.
Yeah. Oh, behind you, there's a dragonfly robot.
There was.
Oh no, that's not a dragonfly robot. That's a spike coming out of the wall. I saw the tip and thought it was wings. My apologies. Just be careful with jumping and red.
This will come in handy for this level. A fire shield.
Hey. There it is. There it is. It's that age old 60 FPS like flickering thing, so I don't see it all the time, but I trust it's there. Let's see what else. I
Thank
can
God
find.
we live in an era where YouTube can actually upload videos at 60 frames.
I remember so well watching old Let's Play videos, and if someone got hit, I just had to assume where they were as they disappeared and flickered. Let's see. Time challenge level editor. And yeah, as you've been seeing, whenever we're on the world map, on that world screen, yeah, they have passwords, which I guess the passwords, the origin of them is the Sega Channel version of Sonic 3D.
Huh.
Alright, we're out of here.
You learn something new every day. And I guess it would make sense considering the Sega Channel was pretty much, well, it was a weird service that pretty much, when you stop and think about, was very ahead of its time.
Was it the same thing as the Satellaview thing?
Kind of, yeah. The Satellaview, or heck, maybe a more... honestly, it was like a very early example of Game Pass.
Fair enough.
Only problem is the owner actually used the thing. You actually need to use, your usual phone connection.
Oh, I don't know how well that would work with like you think gaming via the cloud could be a little frustrating. I don't know about gaming over DSL.
Yeah, and again, this was back in an era where you actually had to use your phone line to even access the internet.
Oh, the old dial-up modem days.
The internet.
Was a magical, horrible place even then, but now it is slightly more tolerable than the last one. I don't know.
Depending on where you go.
Depending on where you live, too.
Give or take maybe 50 feet. I don't know. We'll go with that. Let's see what else here. And finally, there's a completion percentage, which if we were going for 100%, which we are not, 100% of this game factors in you also collecting all the Sonic medals and completing the time challenge and getting a overall score of 5 million points.
Yeah, again, bragging rights. If you really just want to beat the game proper, just worry about getting all the Chaos Emeralds and be on your merry way.
Oh, and I just saw this one of these balance tweaks. I forgot about this, but I now remember why this game felt annoying to me at times. Was running into a wall used to kill all of your momentum, which would make climbing upstairs just a chore, since you had to just keep redoing it. And but they tweaked this in that they no longer kill your momentum moving forward.
Thank God. There's a reason why Sonic 3D Blast used to be fairly infamous in the Sonic community. I mean, it still kind of is now, even with the director's cut, but again, it shouldn't be understated how much we do appreciate when stuff like this is made.
It's great. It's why I really love Rayman Redemption. It's why I really love the freaking Zelda CDI remasters, because I think there is still something there. Ooh.
I mean, it should also stand as a testament. Like, this is pretty much definitive proof that, if Sega was better about its time management back in the day, maybe this could have been a little more tweaked for the better, even back then.
Play testing helps. As well as
Testing and, not relying on yearly releases.
And as for the CDI, not releasing on the CDI is a world of difference for that game.
Wait,
Man, just imagine Sonic on the CDI.
I think they were close.
I feel like if they ever were to like invest in the CDI, they probably would make. My guess is that they would make a game that's more like, and I know we have Mean Bean Machine, but more so based on AOSTH, or maybe based on SatAM that canceled the game.
Do you want to know the closest thing? And if it was possible to emulate it, I'm so tempted to show it off just once.
What's up?
Has anyone here? Oh, that's neat. Oh, jeez, I forgot about this part.
I remember this being a little annoying.
Who here
now.
remembered or ever had it? Because my younger brother had one, and that's how I mainly played games. That was like our big handheld game back then. Who here remembered the Leap Pad by the Learning Company?
Are you talking about Sonic X?
Yes, the Sonic X Edutainment Leapster Leap Pad game.
Man, you know what? If we do find a way to cover that for the channel, we need to have Jordan there, because I know she has some amusing history with that.
With Sonic X in particular, or with the with the Leap Pad?
Well, mostly like the Sonic Leap Pad, but I'm sure she has history with Sonic X as well.
Oh jeez. Because that game with its cutscenes and stuff is probably the closest I could think of to a Sonic CDI game that is not actually a CDI game.
The only thing I will definitely say from what little I have seen of it, it's mildly impressive that they were able to almost perfectly replicate the Genesis graphics doing Sonic Advance animations.
Yeah.
At least with Sonic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, with
then
Sonic.
They have these sprite-based animations. With I think they did get Chris Thorndyke's actual actor to do them.
Yeah. I think they got him, Jason Griffith, and Mike Pollock back for it.
Nice. And I also remember, on that note, a SpongeBob Leap Pad game as well.
That was not
That's
as
terribly
surprising.
I'm gonna look it up right now while we're here, because this is just zone 2 of a world we've already beaten. Oh, careful though. I'm gonna look up Leap Pad emulation.
Quick mention real quick. Get a little of this B-bot's eyebrows.
Oh, those are his
looks like-
eyebrows?
Or eyelashes, rather. His eyelids. They look so...
He's like,
I
oh,
can't-
they look
barely
like
look
they
at
look,
him.
they look like they're, you know what? They look like they're pulled back in such a way, and this would actually explain their erratic movement. The bee looks like he's like in a wind turbine, constantly pushing him back, and he's trying to fight the force. That's what it looked like to me, anyway. People are saying, okay, so I'm looking up right now. People are saying, try using MAME, which I don't know. The last time I used MAME, that is a very it's not user unfriendly, but you definitely gotta know your thing. Definitely gotta know your stuff.
Right, especially if it's used for something other than arcade games.
Right. Which yeah, good news is that I do still have the potential means.
I think slopes cancel out the top dash.
Well, that's lame.
Well, best of luck. Okay. But yeah, that's why that's why I did manage to finally figure out a way to play Zelda's Adventure properly, to show up for the channel, be it commentary or look at, but it may end up just being a look at, because I want to show it off because of how weird everything looks, but there is an unfortunate bug with with trying to play that through emulator, which could at times make the game almost virtually unplayable.
I'm almost wondering if it's even worth the hassle at this point.
Yeah, because it's like...
At this point, I can absolutely do a look at of it. I just don't know if I'll say right now, I wouldn't trust myself to do it live. I do it post-com, and B, at that point, the only limiting factor is my own patience with the game. Because I'll say right now, whoa.
Hey, Tails.
Bye, Tails. Fancy dropping in.
Hey, Sonic, have you seen Knuckles' summer home here? No, where is it?
Don't get too close to him now. He'll take your
like,
money.
I don't know, that's why I'm looking for it.
It's like, do you know where's the summer home? We're standing in it.
And I was we need out 5. And I was about to I'm sorry. I felt bad about that joke. I was like, don't stand too close to him. He'll steal your money and run.
Oh, God.
Whenever you try to emulate Zelda's Adventure, if you die for whatever reason, the game can't function the respawn code, and so it just crashes.
Man.
There it is. That's what I was missing. Why did a part of me's thinking, why didn't I just do that in the first place?
We were just checking.
Because you were intimidated by the giant enemy crab.
But yes, that was come on. Fine.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
But yeah, so it's you're still able to save, and here's the other part that makes this game frustrating: is there is a manual save feature, but it only works as a save and quit. So there's no saving and then let's just keep going, and there's no, as far as I'm aware, there currently exists no way to just do save states. So effectively what this means is I can save if I think I'm in danger, and then I'll have to reload from wherever I currently am, but if I can't beat it in one go, run's dead.
Damn, just like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look further into it, but I'm telling you right now, I do not want to buy an actual CDI and play this. I don't even know how much that would go for.
You don't need to go, I don't know, selling your house just to get it.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Time for the next boss.
Eggman and his amazing hands!
This one I remember being a little...
that's cute.
Like, for some reason, I remember this one being a little bit touchy when I played it when I was a youngin'.
Oh, jeez. Still kind of touchy here, if that means anything.
So you have to
Okay,
hit him dead on that hitbox.
Yeah. Also, I appreciate the reaffirmation, James. It makes me feel better about the fact that I'm not good at games.
It's just it's isometric, and it's the fact that you can't hit just the tip of him. It has to be directly on his left. And I guess I should ask James, what happens if we game over?
I think it just takes us straight back to the beginning of the game. Though I don't know if the director's cut does that either, or not.
Alright, well, best of luck.
I mean, if push comes to shove, we do still have the password system.
That is true. I'm also noticing that the right hand may be the safest bet, since there you only have to hold up.
Right.
And there
you go.
Haha, nice.
That wasn't quite as bad as I feared it would be.
It was just tricky at first, but you learned it.